Have you noticed your favorite foods disappearing from store shelves? It's not your imagination. Empty shelves are becoming more common, and it's not just a fluke. Major changes are happening in our food supply, and most people aren't prepared. Today, we're counting down 25 foods that are quietly vanishing from supermarkets. Foods you probably buy every week. We've dug into the data and reports to bring you the essential list. No hype, just the facts you need to know. From everyday basics to family favorites, these items are at risk. I'll break down what's going missing, why, and what you can expect next time you shop. This could change how you fill your cart forever. Stay alert and watch the full list now. The information here is for educational purposes and based on public sources. Always check with a professional for advice specific to your needs. Let's get started. First up, canned tuna, a pantry staple for decades. Overfishing has pushed tuna populations to dangerous lows, and stricter regulations mean fewer cans on shelves. Prices are rising fast, and brands are shrinking can sizes or cutting product lines. Expect to see more alternative fish like sardines and mackerel taking tuna's place. The era of cheap, abundant canned tuna is ending. Stock up or get ready to try something new. Next, wheat-based pasta is under threat. Extreme weather in key wheat regions is slashing harvests year after year. Less wheat means less pasta, higher prices, and fewer choices at the store. Manufacturers are focusing on best sellers, so your favorite shape might disappear. Shrinkflation is real. Smaller boxes, same price. Pasta night is about to get more expensive and less varied. Orange juice is becoming a luxury. Citrus greening disease and hurricanes have devastated orange groves in Florida and Brazil. Production is at historic lows, and prices are soaring. Companies are blending in other juices, changing the taste. Soon, a glass of OJ with breakfast could be a rare treat. Prepare for higher prices and less pure orange juice. Peanut butter is facing big challenges. Droughts in major peanut-growing states mean smaller, lower-quality crops. Rising farming costs push prices up, and manufacturers are adding fillers to cut expenses. Expect to pay more for less pure peanut butter. Classic PB&J sandwiches might not be so simple anymore. Watch for shrinking jars and more spreads on shelves. Frozen veggies are getting hit from all sides. Unpredictable weather ruins crops, and soaring energy costs make freezing and shipping expensive. Manufacturers are dropping less popular varieties and shrinking bag sizes. Prices are up, and your favorite mix might vanish. Stock up when you see a good deal. The convenience of frozen veggies is becoming pricier and less reliable. Baby formula shortages aren't over. A few big companies control the market, so any factory issue or ingredient delay causes chaos. Specialized formulas are especially vulnerable to shortages. Parents may face empty shelves or long waits for their brand. The system remains fragile. Always have a backup plan. Formula stability is no longer guaranteed. Cooking oil prices are spiking. Conflict in Ukraine and Russia has slashed sunflower oil supplies, pushing everyone to alternatives like canola and palm oil. Export bans and supply chain chaos mean higher prices and less selection. Generic oils are changing blends constantly. Expect to pay more for a less consistent product. Stock up when you can. Coffee lovers, brace yourselves. Climate change is shrinking the supply of quality beans, especially Arabica. Prices are climbing, and companies are blending in cheaper beans, changing the flavor. Coffee is becoming a luxury, not a daily staple. Your morning cup will cost more and taste different. Enjoy it while you can. Eggs are on a price roller coaster. Avian flu outbreaks force mass culling of hens, causing sudden shortages. Feed costs are up, making every egg more expensive. Prices can double overnight, and supply is unpredictable. Cheap, reliable eggs are a thing of the past. Expect ongoing volatility at the egg case. Chicken is facing the same threats as eggs. Avian flu and rising feed, labor, and energy costs are squeezing supply. Outbreaks mean empty shelves and price spikes for your favorite cuts. Producers are passing every cost increase to shoppers. Prepare for higher prices and fewer options. The days of cheap chicken are fading fast. Rice, a global staple, is under pressure. Droughts and export bans in major producing countries are shrinking supply, prices are rising, and certain varieties may disappear from shelves. Expect to see new countries of origin as suppliers scramble. Stock up when you can and be flexible with brands. Rice is no longer a guaranteed bargain. Bottled water is getting pricier. High oil prices make plastic bottles expensive, and shipping heavy water costs more than ever. Water sources are under strain, and local pushback is growing. Expect higher prices and fewer bulk deals. Reusable bottles and filters are becoming smarter choices. The era of cheap bottled water is ending. Fresh berries are harder to find and more expensive. Weather swings ruin crops, and labor shortages drive up costs. Berries spoil quickly, so any shipping delay means big losses. Prices are up, and quality is inconsistent. Expect fewer sales and more imported berries. Enjoy them while they last. Butter prices are climbing, heat-stressed cows produce less milk, and farm costs are soaring. Fewer small dairies mean a more fragile supply chain. Stores may limit purchases during peak times. Butter is becoming a premium item. Stock up before the holidays. Cheese is caught in the same storm as butter. Less milk and higher costs mean pricier cheese across the board. Aging and specialty cheeses are especially affected. Expect fewer varieties and more expensive blocks. Even basic slices are going up in price. Cheese lovers, prepare your wallets. Cereal is shrinking and getting pricier. Grain and sugar shortages are driving up costs for manufacturers. Packaging and shipping are more expensive too. Boxes look the same, but there's less inside. Expect more shrinkflation and higher prices. Breakfast just got more expensive. Apples are feeling the heat, literally. Unpredictable weather and late frosts are slashing harvests. Labor shortages and rising costs mean higher prices. Stores are focusing on a few hardy varieties. Heirloom and specialty apples may disappear. The apple aisle is getting less diverse and more expensive. Tomatoes, especially for sauces and cans, are in trouble. California's water crisis is forcing farmers to plant fewer acres. Supply is shrinking, and prices for canned tomatoes, ketchup, and sauce are rising. Companies may use more fillers or change recipes. Expect to pay more for anything tomato-based. Stock up if you can. Beef is about to get much more expensive. Drought has shrunk the American cattle herd to historic lows. Ranchers can't afford to rebuild quickly, so supply will stay tight. Prices for all cuts are rising and will stay high for years. Steak night is becoming a luxury. Consider alternatives or smaller portions. Milk prices are steadily rising. Fewer dairy farms and heat-stressed cows mean less supply. High feed and fuel costs are pushing prices up. The cheap gallon of milk is disappearing. Expect more price hikes and fewer sales. Milk is no longer a loss leader. Chocolate is facing a crisis. Cocoa harvests in West Africa are way down due to disease and weather. Prices have tripled and companies are shrinking bars and using more fillers. Chocolate is becoming a luxury item. Your favorite treats will cost more and may taste different. Enjoy real chocolate while you can. Packaged bread is getting squeezed. Wheat, sugar, oil, and energy costs are all up. Loaves are shrinking and prices are rising. Fewer slices for the same price is the new normal. Bread is no longer the cheap staple it once was. Watch for more shrinkflation at the bakery. Potatoes are feeling the pressure. Extreme weather is hurting yields and farming costs are up. Prices for fresh potatoes and processed products like fries and chips are rising. Supply chain issues mean less availability. Expect to pay more for your favorite potato dishes. Even the humble spud isn't immune. Fish fillets, from cod to pollock, are vanishing. Overfishing and climate change are shrinking wild stocks. Stricter quotas mean less wild-caught fish and higher prices. More farmed fish like tilapia are filling the gap. Wild fillets will be pricier and less available. Seafood lovers, adjust your expectations. Yogurt is getting more expensive and less varied. Milk, sugar, and fruit costs are all up, squeezing producers. Packaging and energy costs add to the price. Companies are cutting less popular flavors. Expect higher prices and fewer choices in the yogurt aisle. The days of cheap, endless yogurt options are over. That's the list. 25 foods quietly disappearing or getting pricier. This isn't panic, it's about being prepared and informed. Let us know in the comments which foods you've noticed changing in your area. Is it chocolate, orange juice, or beef? Your experiences help everyone stay aware. Thanks for watching. Stay informed and subscribe for more updates. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next report. We're all in this together, and knowledge is power. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. Always consult a professional for personal advice. Stay prepared and see you next time.